Ready for 10 minutes of body weight? Body weight workout doesn't require weights. We're using literally the weight of our body to challenge ourselves. But if you want to use hand weights, you certainly can. I'm kind of dealing with an elbow injury right now, so I won't be using them. But I will try to tell you when this is an option. So 10 moves, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds of rest. Quick 10 minutes. You can stay for the cool down if you want. I would recommend that, but if you only have 10 minutes, go ahead and do this and do some stretching in the shower or, I don't know, on your way to work if you're riding a subway. Who knows what your day looks like. You know how to fit in some stretching afterwards. So our verse for today, Psalm 119, 105. Truth's shining light guides me in my choices and decisions. The revelation of your word makes my pathway clear. So we're going to meditate on that as we move today. Hopefully this gets your heart rate up. You're also going to feel it. The next day you might be a little sore. Just drink lots of water. You'll recover really well. All right, so get your shoes on and let's get ready. Go ahead and get your shoes on if they're not already on, although I would imagine they are. Sorry, I gotta get the music going. Love technology. Sometimes it's irritating. Okay. Here we go, 45 seconds, starting with squats. So if you're not warmed up, you're just going down halfway and coming back up. Feet, you've got various options. You can have them a little bit wider like me. You can point the toes out. You're gonna feel that more in the inner thigh. If you wanna bring the feet under the hips, we're always pressing the hips back. Protect the knees, make sure the knees aren't pushing out over the toes. So you find what's gonna work for you today. 15 seconds, we're almost done with this one. Good job. All right, we've got push-ups. So hands are under shoulders or maybe a little bit wider. I kind of like the wider. So you can go from our knees or you can go from the toes if you're feeling really strong. We got 45 seconds. You do your best. That's all you're responsible for. It's doing your best. And that's never going to look like your friend's best or my best. It's so beautiful that we're all different. Take a break when you need to. Almost there. If you only did a half a push-up and you lowered down and you couldn't get back up, you did it. You did half. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You're here. You're trying. All right. Alternate lunges, left and right. All right, so we're stepping forward, stepping back center. Other side, step forward, step back together. We want to make a nice 90-degree angles with our knees here. So you're going to feel your balance a little bit here as being challenged. It's good, you're getting some core work. Almost there. 15 seconds. You got it, you can do this. Doesn't take long before you feel these. So here's where you could use weights. You could hold them down at your sides here. Also in squats you could have, sorry I didn't say that. All right, rest. We got plank hold. So we're on our mat or on the floor. Hands are beneath the shoulders. We can hold it from the knees or we can hold it from the toes. So you choose. 45 seconds hold. Really pressing firmly into the hands. Try not to scrunch the shoulders up to the ears, but draw them down and away. Woo! You got it, you got it. 20 seconds left, you can do it. You can do it. I don't know what kind of decisions you might be facing, what kind of direction you need in your life. God's word tells us that He gives us enough light for our next step on the path, not for 20 paces down the road. Right? We need to be patient with that, with just getting the next step and be obedient to take that. Okay, calf raises. Toes point forward, under the hips, raising up on the heels, heels up, raising up on the toes. If you need to grab maybe the kitchen counter for stability, table, chair, couch, anything, you can always do that. Nice tall spine here. 25 more seconds. Great job. This song makes me want to dance. This does not feel like dancing. I guess I could do a little bit with calf raise. Woo, good job. Okay, we have bridge. So let's come down onto the back. Knees are bent, feet on the mat. Hands are down at the side. We're going to press into the floor as we raise our hips up to the ceiling. So press and raise. And hold it for a few seconds. Slowly lower down. Don't allow the butt to touch the floor. Press back up. Slowly lower. So you're staying engaged. Last time lower, and then we're going to stay up and pulse. So you're pulsing, pressing into the mat or floor with your hands and arms. Now if you wanted to use weights here, you can hold them right here on the hips. That's going to be much more difficult. Woo! Almost there. Feeling that in the butt, back of the legs. Oh, good. Throw the knees over the chest for a quick stretch. Good job. Okay. We've got lunge. We're going to lunge front and lunge to the side. Stay on the right here. So we lunge forward, come back center, lunge to the side, and we're going to stay on this side. 45 seconds, and then we'll go to the other side. So you're making an L, backwards L right now. No, that would be the proper L for you. It's backwards for me. Good job. 15 seconds. Tall spine here, reaching through the crown of the head. You're going to feel it in the core too. Just a lot of balance. Almost there. Woo! Oh, last one. Good. Shake it out. Other side. We're going to go to the left side now. We're using our feet a lot here. I love that our verse talks about our feet. The Lord shining light for our path on our feet. Step forward with the left. Together into the side. Stay on this left side. So even as you're breathing heavily here and you're working hard, talk to the Lord. Ask Him for truth's guiding light, the light of His word, the light of His presence to make things clear. Sometimes there's not a right or wrong answer. It's not a moral decision to be made. I think He just loves that we seek His face, that we want to obey, we want to please Him. Good job. All right, 2 more moves. We've got plank. So you can always modify here. Remember, hands under shoulders. We can be from the knees, or we can be on the feet. I'm going to choose the knees. We're going to alternate reaching the hands. Maybe take the knees or feet a little bit wider to give you more stability. So really reaching for whatever's in front of you. Maybe it's a wall, chair, your dog watching you, I don't know. If your dog's watching you, he's probably doing it with you. He's probably getting up in your grill. Woo! Feeling that. feeling that in the core, shoulders. Great job. Nice. Okay, good job. We have one more move. All right, we have reverse table. So put the hands behind the hips here. Let the fingertips pressing forward. We're going to press into the heels. We're making a reverse tabletop here. Make a play with the positioning of your hands. See what's going to work best for you. Maybe you're down here. That's okay. The higher you are, the more you're engaging the back body. You do what your body is asking for today. Our bodies are full of really good information. You take the time to really listen. Woo. All right, 15 seconds, let's pulse. Just a nice shoulder stretch too. Almost there. Oh, drop down. Woo. Stretch it out. Good. All right. Let's move in to some stretching. Let's just start seated. All right, bring the shoulder across. Feel a deep stretch in that shoulder. Other side. So proud of you. You did a great job. You brought what you had, even though sometimes what we have feels so weak and feeble. God doesn't scoff at that. He meets us in that. In fact, His scripture says His power is made perfect in our weakness. So I don't know why I'm so hesitant to bring that to Him. I guess pride gets in the way of a lot. Extend the feet out long. Just going to turn sideways here. All right, maybe a slight bend in the knees. We don't want to overstretch the back side of the legs here. But hinge at the hips. Slowly fold forward, nice long spine. When you reach the edge, you can go ahead and gently round. One more breath here. Release that. We're going to remove our shoes. I love this part. I love the part of removing my shoes for a lot of reasons. Some weight comes off. My feet can breathe. I feel like my body temperature goes down by 10 degrees every time I do this. It's pretty freeing. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall, just allow the knees to drop down with the weight of gravity. Breathe here. I also love the scripture, which is what this whole ministry is founded upon, the scripture of Moses meeting God in the burning bush, discovering this holy ground, meeting God there. And he asks Moses to remove his sandals, remove his shoes, because he's standing on holy ground. I just think that's a beautiful reflection of what our daily life can look like. The act of removing the shoes is just symbolic. Nothing magical happens when we take our shoes off. Nothing magical happened when Moses took his shoes off, but it was just an act of obedience, of intentionality to meet God in that space. Let's come onto our backs. Knees can be bent here, supporting each other in the middle. That takes some pressure off the low back. If you want to extend the legs long, feel free to do that. We're just going to sit here and rest. Rest in His presence. So glad you joined me today. I'm just going to turn the mic off. We're going to rest here in His presence together. And I'll see you again in the next video.